We're hearing directly from the VA hospital in Muskogee after a Veterans Administration report recommended its closure and replacement with a clinic. News on 6's Grant Stevens has more on the facility's future.
People are already rallying to save the Muskogee VA after the Veterans Administration recommended closing the hospital. But the hospital's director says these are still just recommendations and nothing's been set in stone just yet. Interim Healthcare System Director Paul Gregory says the VA is shifting from a facility-based healthcare approach to a regional one. He says recent recommendations on the future of the Jack C. Montgomery VA hospital reflect that.
There's about 4 to 5 times as many veterans that live within 30 minutes of the new proposed Tulsa hospital site that live within 30 minutes of the current site that we're in now.
Gregory says the recommendations are still under review by a presidentially appointed commission, which will look at more current data and take feedback from veterans.
Events like the planned rally to save the hospital here in Muskogee, feedback from veterans and other stakeholders, that's going to be considered by this commission.
Even if the commission decides not to recommend closure of the hospital, or if Congress doesn't approve the recommendation, the VA's current plan for the hospital is already to move many services to a new Tulsa site, which would potentially save the VA hundreds of millions at the Muskogee hospital alone.
Those current plans that we have are separate from the recommendations.
Regardless which plan moves forward, there are years before any big shifts would happen, and a promise from the VA not to leave any soldier behind.
The VA is committed not to leave any market that they're currently in.
There is still time to give input. The commission will give their final recommendations to the president by January of 2023. In Muskogee, Grant Stevens, Oklahoma's own News on 6.